Nickelodeon has banned a lot of episodes, but this one from Rocko's Modern Life wasn't just banned, it was never even allowed to finish production. Fans call it Rocko's bad day. Let's talk about the episode Nickelodeon buried before it ever saw the light. This wasn't a rumor. This was a real episode. In early development for Season 2, the writers pitched a dark comedy where Rocko has the absolute worst day of his life. And I don't mean in a silly, cartoony way where an anvil falls on his head. I mean in an almost painfully realistic way. According to interviews with the show's staff, the original outline included Rocko losing his job at the comic store, his car completely breaking down, and his landlord threatening to evict him. But the worst part was that Rocko started to question whether he even wanted to keep going. It wasn't written in a graphic way, but it was definitely way too real for Nickelodeon at the time. The writers insisted the whole point was to be cathartic and heartfelt. Nickelodeon did not agree. About halfway through the storyboard process, there was a sequence where Rocko is sitting all alone in his dark apartment. There's no music. There are no absurd jokes. It's just Rocko whispering to himself, maybe tomorrow will be better. But today really, really hurts. Nickelodeon executives reportedly stopped the pitch meeting right there. They told the writers that the episode hit too close to real-world adult struggles, and that Rocko's tone was drifting away from surreal comedy and into bleak emotional territory. So, production was halted immediately, the episode was dead. But here's the twist. The writers allegedly completed the full script anyway, on their own time. According to multiple staffers who have spoken about it over the years, the ending was supposed to deliver a powerful message. Rocko goes for a walk and just sits on a bench completely defeated, and that's when Heifer and Filbert find him. But they don't try to fix his problems. They don't crack a bunch of jokes to cheer him up. They just sit there with him, quiet, supportive. There's no magical cartoon solution, just friendship. The final line of the episode was supposed to be Rocko saying, "It's okay if life is hard, I don't have to face it alone." Nickelodeon cut it for being too heavy. But fans who've seen leaked script snippets call it one of the most emotional and beautiful endings the show almost had. Unlike other banned episodes that were just pulled from reruns. This one was destroyed before any voice acting or animation even began. Nickelodeon simply didn't want kids seeing their favorite wallaby genuinely depressed. They didn't want adults reading too deeply into the show's themes, and they definitely didn't want the network being associated with topics they considered too adult for their brand. Ironically, if this episode came out today, audiences would probably praise it for being one of the show's best and most honest moments. But back then, Nickelodeon shelved it permanently. So that brings us to the big question. Should Nickelodeon have allowed a serious, emotional Rocko episode? Or would it have crossed the line for a 90s kids show? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to see part 13, I can cover the most mysterious Nickelodeon rumor I've ever heard an episode from a show that doesn't just not exist, but was apparently erased from the studio archives. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.